Today we will see how we can create a template-driven form in Angular. Template-driven form is mostly used to create a login or sign-up page where we have like 2-3 input fields. Then we can use that template-driven form. For that, we need to create a simple form like this in HTML. So for that, we create a div. Inside div, we divide in rows. So first, inside that row, we need to create columns or different input fields. So let's copy that. Let's just make 4. This inside div, let's add label first. First one is for name. So add label of name like this. After that, we can add an input field for name. Let's add it like this only, input. And if you press enter, it shows some suggestion. Let's take its suggestion. Let's copy this div and paste 3 more times instead of this column. Let's copy it and paste it. For paste it, you just select that and press Shift Alt plus down button, so it will paste here. For name, after that, let's add state as capital. You can add like this for city and for number. And remove these input fields. So we created that a simple form like this. Let's check once it's coming or not. Yeah, it's coming properly here. So let's add a one button also, like this submit button. Now check, button is also showing. Now let's go to the app module. If you didn't import that form module, so you need to import that form module. For using ngModel, we need to import that form module in app module. If you are using Angular 16 or below, then app module file will be there. For getting that values, let's create an object of a student type where we will get that values like name, state, city, mobile number. Instead of number, I given that mobile number. So name should be similar to this input fields value. Let's remove that action. Instead of that, we will create an instance and pass it to that ngForm. It's mandatory. We need to pass that to ngForm for making it a template driven form. We need to make it ngForm. After that, submitting, we pass at a ngSubmit. For making it's a template driven form. And let's take it and create a method on the TS file for on submit. Here we'll create that method on submit and and we will get that value from that reference. So we need to consolidate here. So we'll do like this, keep type of any, and then we add a console to get that values. Console.log and that is student value. Not student, we need to add form dot value to get that value. Yeah, like this. Save it. And if you type something in that field, it should be so in that console if we click on submit. So it shows an empty object because we did not bind that ngModel from that input field. So let's bind that input field. Properties here in HTML. Like here for that ngModel, we need to pass it inside a banana in the bracket. Yeah, like this ngModel and that object dot name. Let's make it for all the input fields like this only. Yeah, just change that name, so it will bind that input field from that properties. Save it, and now if you will check that, it will show that object. Let's first pass some values in that input fields. Yeah, so now we are getting that values in the console. So this is called as a template event form, like simple form. We will receive that value, we will get that value on click of submit. So let's add some validation, like for name, let's add required. If it's required, then if you click and click back, then it will show some message. Let's check it. It's not, yeah, it's not coming because we didn't pass any message for that. For creating a validation, we need to create a reference variable like this and pass it to that ngModel. So let me create it for so display that message. You need to add it like this. Inside div, you can give a condition. If ng, if like student dot invalid, or if get touched, then it should be so name is required in that input field of name. So you can add like this on name, and like if you want to give some length or something, then you can add that also. Let's check once if validation. Yeah, if you touch, then it shows like name is required. Let's have some min length for this input field like this. If it will be minimum 3 character. Let's try with state. Instead of student name, we can give student state. Just copy it and paste it same like this only. Inside that input, instead of name, here we can give state. Similar like this, student state, and here instead of name, we were changing it to state. And we need to add this required for work, otherwise it will not work because it's validation for that. Now if you will check, let's check for state. Yeah, now it's coming, state is required. We can similarly add for city and mobile number also, that validations. Let's check with on name, add some other validations. We have to check for name. Let's check with vi. Okay, we added for if is less than 3 characters, then it shows that, but it shows both the methods, both the validations, but it's only the first one. Yeah, now it's coming because here we added two div for that. One is for name is required and other is for that character. You can check it. And let's add a disabled property for that submit button. If form is not valid, then submit button will be not enabled. For this student form dot invalidation, we will add like this. And if you check on the UI, it's getting disabled because we had two validation on name and state. Just to enter name and state, it will be so enabled. You can add like same validation for city and mobile number. Yeah, so that's it from my end. You can check out.